Morning, this is Gracie Opulenta. I'm all about eccentric and opulent lifestyle. You can find out a lot more about me on gracieopulenta.com. Just to give you a background, I've been reviewing cars over, my goodness, 10 years. It's a tragedy. Ever heard of Stellantis? It's a group that amalgamated during the pandemic, obviously in 2021. And they are now, and who's Stellantis? Basically, Stellantis is a group in France, and the Agnello family sold Fiat. They sold Fiat. Fiat is no longer Italian. It's a tragedy. So there's I've written about it. You can look at it in the article in my YouTube that I'm going to talk about it. Fiat was the epiphany of Italia. Meloni, the government, she is fuming because she said if you're going to promote a car that is made in Italy, then it needs to be made in Italy. So they've got the Fiat 600. Now this is the Fiat 500. This 600 is a different shape. I'll slot that in. This is the iconic Fiat 500. This is the car that will take you, even in 2024, the narrow streets of Italy. I'll just show you just that Fiat, and I live in Toddy at the moment. I am going up roads like this, or I'm attempting. A modern car won't do it. So the Fiat 500 was made specifically for the iconic narrow streets of Italy that still exist. And Stellantis Group is now going to make the Fiat 600 in Poland, the Jeep Avenger in Poland, and the Alfa Romeo SUV in Poland. But the Fiat brand no longer belongs to Italians. It's a tragedy for me that the Italian government even allowed that deal to go, because China's trying to buy into French car makers, and they just tell them to sod off. They tell them to go away. But hey ho, the stupid Italian government just didn't intervene. And Meloni now's trying to intervene. Is it a PR marketing stunt? What she's saying, the Alfa Romeo SUV it was called Milano. It was called Milano. They got called out. The Italian law is it has to be made in Italy. Oh, let me not get started on the made in Italy and the lie that we have been sold. And you can look, I'm going to put another article on the eyewear company that is now Luxdoxia, which belongs in China, and they partly make it in Italy here, and then they get it shipped to China. That made in Italy 100%, honestly, it doesn't exist anymore. And Stellantis owns Fiat, so they're going to build the Fiat 600 in Poland. Doesn't have the same ring, does it? Hey, want to buy an Alfa Romeo? Hashtag made in Poland. Want to buy a Jeep Avenger? Hashtag made in Poland. Want to buy a Fiat 600? Hey ho, made in Poland. This is just a beautiful car, and I'm in the gorgeous city Spello in Umbria. I'm house hunting. This is the car I need to zoom around. So it's so dear to me. I'm going to also put, you can have a look at me during the pandemic. Iconically, I think the video that I was doing in the Fiat 500, unbeknown to me, Stellantis was doing the deal. And ironically, I went to review an Alfa Romeo in Roma, and then I got COVID. And ironically, then one morning I woke up and I thought, who the hell's Stellantis? I got, because it's press, you get all this information. So here it is, Fiat no longer belongs to Italy. It is a tragedy. It breaks my heart. You never sell your DNA, Italy. You never sell it, and yet Italy, the Italian government is continually doing it. Here's another one, the Carrozzo, right? Beautiful movie on Netflix, how that was formed after the war. Italy had to move Italy had to start after the war. They were heavily bombed, and it's a great museum in Pisa, and they created that out of spare plane parts, and that's called the carrozza. Back to the Fiat 500. I'm here in Spello in Umbria. I'm house hunting, rent hunting. It is like a needle in a haystack. It's like trying to find olive oil on a rosemary bush. But here it is. Isn't she just adorable? Hello, sweetheart. So no one can take your history, but it is a tragedy that Stellantis owns Fiat. And hey ho, guess what's happened? Fiat now, for the first time on the market, is number 2, like as in the stock market and its value. But that's money. That's how the cookie crumbles. That's how the car industry has got a bollocking thanks to Elon Musk. Tesla, electric, we're putting electric, but Italy's still holding on to diesel, still holding on to petrol, still holding on to these iconic cars, because of inflation cannot afford a new car, let alone an electric car. I'm in Southeast Asia. I live in Southeast Asia. It's electric madness there, and beyond your dreams, they are killing it. Europe is really fighting BYD, the electric car company, coming into Europe, coming into central London. It's too late. Next to Rolls-Royce and Bentley in the beautiful Mayfair, there is BYD. There's the electric Chinese company. People, you're not going to beat China. I live in Southeast Asia. I'm in Thailand. They are buying up electric cars. They are flooding the market. They are going to destroy and crucify brands like Audi, everything electric. I mean, Jaguar is just gone off the cliff. We won't talk about that. What do I know? You can check out all my car reviews on menstylefashion.com. I love the car brands. I love Rolls-Royce, Bentley. Bentley's going fully electric. This week it's Milano Fashion Week, Milano Design Week. We've got the new Maserati advert. They've used an Italian. They've kicked David Beckham and his balls right out of the water. I love it. And they're holding on to the made in Italy. Maserati still made in Italy. But do you know that the Lamborghini parts, okay, I'm digressing here, just want to show you that I know my stuff, and I've seen it with my very own eyes, is made in Germany, where they make also the Audi R8, which is also gone electric. But everyone's holding off electric because we just simply can't afford it. The inflation's got mad, crazy. I can see the Italians struggling here on the highways here, because I'm going all around Umbria, Assisi, Todi, Perugia, Spoleto, Spello. I'm house hunting, and the highways are not that busy. Hey ho, I own a Peugeot. It's never cost me €100 to fuel up my Peugeot. I've been away for 6 months, but now €100 to fuel it up. Hey ho, it's a diesel, it's an economic. I'm penny counting, right? Now back to the Fiat. Just, you need to understand the tragedy here. It's under the Stellantis group. I've written about it. I've put the article. So now, as of this year, I'm not sure when, Fiat 600 is under the Stellantis group. It is made in Poland. It's going to be made in Poland. The Jeep Avenger is going to be made in Poland. And also the Alfa Romeo SUV, which last week they called Milano, and then they had to change it because Meloni, Italian Prime Minister, said, hey ho, if it's made in Italy, you can make it. But if you're going to take it in Poland, there it is. And it's all about penny punching. It's €10,000 to make it cheaper in Poland than it is to Italy. What's a more tragedy? The Agnello family. I think Stellantis owns 10% of Ferrari. Are you kidding me? I know I've read that. I'll put that somewhere. And Italy is sold their soul. You sold your soul, your DNA, your history when you sold Fiat. Stupido. You never sell the very thing that historically belongs to your country. They wanted to buy China's always hunting, putting bids to try Peugeot and all that. Not happening. The French are saying au revoir, au revoir. But somehow the Italian government missed this negotiation. Stellantis, have a check at it. But beautiful, beautiful car. I'm off for breakfast. I'm hungry.